Hey there, Hofstra fans. Welcome to this week's edition of the WB Mason Coaches Report right here on GoHofstra.com. I'm Mike Sullivan, pleased to be joined by head coach of the Hofstra Pride Field Hockey Team, Kathy Angelis. Coach, how are you today?
Doing well, thank you.
Coming off a week where you had two matchups, first against number 10 Northeastern on Friday. On the road, you fall there 7-1. And then on Sunday against Maine, another team that has been in the top 25 most of this season, you fall there by a score of 2-1. What were your overall impressions of this week?
We played two very strong opponents. I think if we take anything from this weekend is we take the experience of the limited opportunities that we're going to have. And that being said, meaning we have to take any opportunity we get in the circle and make something happen. And we did have opportunities and we weren't able to connect, we weren't able to finish. And I think most importantly, if we're going to take anything from the two losses this weekend, is that we've got to execute with the limited opportunities we have. And that's what's going to happen when you're playing a top 10 team in the nation, a top 25 team in the nation. You're not going to have many opportunities.
Looking first at that game against the Huskies, of course, with so much talent that they have, players like Lizzie Priest in net, Crystal Poland on the attack. How difficult was it of a matchup to take on Northeastern?
Well, I thought despite the score, I thought we played very, very good hockey. And anyone who was at the game got an opportunity to see the match. It was really, really great hockey. What Northeastern is capable of doing is finishing and executing in the circle. And we need to learn from that. We need to learn from execution and shot percentage, and getting shots off. And that's something we've been very limited in some of these bigger matches.
Taking a look at a player specifically in Crystal Poland, one of the top goal scorers in the entire nation, and All-American quality of a player. What was your game plan heading into the matchup to defend her?
Well, she's a phenomenal goal scorer, and anytime she enters the circle, pretty much 9 times out of 10, she's putting that shot on goal. So it was very, very important for us to try to limit her opportunities as many times as we could, and I thought we did a really good job at doing that. They have other players on the team that also can finish too, so we couldn't just focus just on Crystal. We had to also make sure that our back line was very aware of the other striker line, and I definitely think we did that.
Now looking at your matchup against Maine, they score first in that first half, but you come out right at the start of the second 35. Chrissy Elaine ties it up at 1, but you end up falling. Maine will get that last and final go-ahead goal there. But how do you think your team played, especially defensively, against the Black Bears?
Well, this is probably one of the best performances we've ever had up in Orono, Maine. I would have liked to win the game. We definitely were capable of winning the game. We won the second half. The first half we did struggle, and I think it wasn't that we couldn't execute inside the attacking third. We had a difficult time actually getting the ball into the circle, and then when we did, we couldn't get the shot off. So I felt in the second half we came out much stronger and with a lot more confidence, a lot more perseverance, and we gave ourselves a lot of opportunities. I think we had 6 corners in the second half, and that's great to have, and we were able to capitalize on our attack corner unit with Chrissy's goal off Michaela's shot. So I was really excited about that. I think we could have put the ball in a couple more times, but again, I think we won the second half, and we have to take away from that game coming into this weekend that when you have limited opportunities, you have to execute, and you have to find a way to finish.
Looking ahead now to this week, a huge matchup Friday against the Towson Tigers, a win in your in scenario for the CAA championships. What is your approach going to be this week in practice to prepare your team for Friday afternoon?
Well, our approach the last several weeks is to focus, number one, on our circle play, both in the defending circle and the attack circle. We are playing great hockey right now, and we're at a very high level, and I'm really, really proud of our team and everything we've accomplished. It's been a learning year, but we have to realize this is it for us. This is the critical game. You win, you move to the championship. You lose, you're done. So we know that this is the last one. We know that we really have to have a focus every day in the next several practices to prepare ourselves the best we can, and I know right now already I wish we could be playing this game right away today. Unfortunately, we have to wait until Friday, but that's really going to be our focus.
In conference play this season, a lot of one-goal losses, a lot of close, tight games, and whoever you're matched up with, if you qualify for the postseason, it's probably going to be one of those teams where you fought hard. What is having that experience with so many close games this season? How could that help you, down the road?
Well, It's very clear we're doing the right things. When we have one-goal games against those teams in the CAA, we know we're doing the right thing. We just have to find a way to finish in those matches. But using that as a stepping stone and something that we can use to prepare for Towson is that these games have been very close. And what has been the difference? What can we do to make a difference to come out on top? And I think that's really what we have to learn from just a one-goal game.
Your season finale is Sunday afternoon against the Drexel Dragons, number 18 in the country, another ranked opponent that you will face this season. How tough that matchup do you think it will be against Drexel?
Well, they're a strong team. They're having a really solid year this year. We have them at home, and it is our last final game of the traditional season. I know we're going to bring our A game, and I'm sure Drexel will too. But I feel very confident in the team and how we're performing right now. We've been performing great under pressure, and I think that's what probably the strongest element that we have going for us. And I'm excited we have them at home.
That game also, senior day, Coach. 6 seniors on this roster, so many important pieces to this year's team. Just talk a little bit about the effect that those players have had on this program.
Well, this group is a very special group, and this particular year, where we lost 8 seniors last year, we've done a lot of teaching, a lot of technical and tactical development, and their patience with that, and then knowing we have such a young team has just been so great, and they've been a great inspiration to the younger players, particularly in the freshman class this year. Their leadership has been invaluable, and I think each and every one of them in their own way has tried to do the best they can to lead, to teach, and be a mentor for the younger players, and especially when we have a young team and new players in different positions. I can't thank them enough for everything that they've done this year. Most importantly, they have been a group that has continued to really want to be coached and to get better every day. They have a lot of pride with themselves and really in this program, and I think it's been an inspiration for the team, and I think that's we really do have a team this year, and they're the biggest part of that.
The Hofstra Pride Field hockey team concludes their regular season this week, first against Towson on Friday, and then Sunday afternoon against Drexel. For head coach Kathy DeAngelis, I'm Mike Sullivan. Thank you for tuning in to this week's edition of the W.B. Mason Coaches Report.